The Google Play Store has just recommended to me 10 anime style games. What I'm going to be doing with you guys today is sharing with you those games and letting you know if they have the Echo approval or not, if there's a thumbs up or a thumbs down. So let's dive into Google's top 10 anime style mobile games. First on today's list is Richie City, which is Japanese Mahjong, sitting with 100,000 downloads and 4.5 stars. Mahjong games have been fun since the beginning of time. This one introduces some cute characters that'll allow you to have a little bit more enjoyment on the ride. If you like Mahjong and want to take it to the next level, have some nice anime inside of it as well, then this is a great option. I'll have to say you really can't go wrong with a good Mahjong game, so this one does get the Echo thumbs up. Next, we have Heroes Infinity Super Heroes. This one sits with 5 million downloads and 4.4 stars. In this one, we're looking at a versus style action role-playing game with, of course, those anime characters. There's going to be many different multiplayer battles you can engage in inside of this one. Heroes Infinity is pretty simple, pretty easy. The graphics are on point, the combat is fast, and there's a lot going on the screen, which can make for a really fun time, especially if you're looking for something casual but kind of intense at the same time. Fully focused on PvP battles, this one definitely gives you the excitement that you're looking for if you want something that's a little bit more exciting than Mahjong. From me, Heroes Infinity is going to get a thumbs up. Fantasy League turn-based RPG sits with 100,000 downloads and 4 stars. What we're looking at here is a strategy style RPG game, turn-based RPG game with, of course, as we mentioned before, the anime style characters. This one here is pretty cool. I like the enemy bosses that you encounter along the way. With that being said, I think for the genre itself, there are probably better titles out there in this space. This one, though, is definitely okay if you're a huge enthusiast of these types of games. Just because there are other titles out there that I think are better than this one's gonna have to get a thumbs down. Arknights sits with 5 million downloads and 4.6 stars. Arknights is a single-player strategy style game, definitely with the art style that we are themed with here today. Tons of different characters that you could play inside of this one, and with an RPG style gameplay that brings you to times of old, I personally like it. I think it's a lot of fun and brings us back to the older times of gameplay where things were just a little bit more simple and block-based. This one's gonna get a Echo thumbs up because I think it's definitely worth the while and a fun time. Hegan, 500,000 downloads and only 3.3 stars. We have recently featured this game on a past list, and I actually really liked it. I liked how the card system works different than any other ones, and of course, we're looking at an RPG style game. In addition to that, this is probably the best looking game out of all of them that we've seen here on today's list, so the art style definitely fits the genre and the theme of today's video. Gameplay is fast and fun, and as I mentioned, controls are very different. Although it sits with only 3.3 stars, I'm personally a big fan of this one. I think that the gameplay is fun, the graphics are on point, the sounds are there, the character development is awesome, and you really have a nice option for a game here that you could play for a while in that anime theme. I'm giving this one a thumbs up. Guys, so far, if you're enjoying the video, consider subscribing to the channel because I bring videos out every single day teaching you guys about the best mobile games and even some of the best free games to play on Steam. Langrassir, 500,000 downloads, 4.1 stars. This one is going to offer us both multiplayer and a single player experience with a strategy style that's different than any other game we've seen here. Definitely a fun game. It takes a little bit of a learning curve because they dove into something a little bit different, and the strategy battles are different than other turn-based strategies that you're already used to playing. With that being said, I like the adventurous style game that takes gameplay in a different direction. So far, I think Google has done a pretty good job sharing and giving us recommendations for games that they feel are worth playing. Good job, Google. I'm also going to give this one a thumbs up. Stella Arcana. This one sits with 1 million downloads and 4.4 stars. Finally, an MMORPG style game. I actually anticipated we'd see more of these on the list here today, but this one is the first, and I can tell you that the characters here are pretty awesome. They're nice looking as well, and they're cute, cuddly, and they look like they're just a lot of fun. It's like a mixture of a Japanimation style game crossed with a Pokemon style game. I like the MMO style world. Of course, you know that I'm into those style games. If you are as well and you like the cute anime type, this could be something that you would enjoy. For me, I'm going to give this one a thumbs up. Fate Fantasy with 10,000 downloads. So yes, this is the newest game on today's list. And here we have another strategy game for you, an RPG style strategy game at that, and of course it's turn-based. This one is going to give you an experience that may be a little bit subpar compared to the other ones that we've seen on today's list. Of course, you upgrade your heroes for battle so they can engage in more advanced battles throughout the game. But gameplay here is very simple, very basic, and it leaves a bit to be desired in my opinion. With this being said, the best rating I could give it, well, I only have one choice. That's either a thumbs up or a thumbs down, so we're going with a thumbs down for this one. Z-Girls, 500,000 downloads and 4.1 stars. What kind of game is this? Here we are looking at a single player strategy style game. It is a build and battle style game, and we're gonna see how this one comes through and how the community enjoys it. Very curious to see how you guys think, or what you guys think of Z-Girls. With that being said, this one is very much themed upon the female characters within the game. The gameplay is definitely there in this turn-based strategy style game, but the artwork is what really drives the game. At the same time, with this being said, the artwork is really nice. The gameplay itself is a nice turn-based strategy style gameplay, and it really fits the theme of what we're talking about today. So with that being said, we have a nice cutesy thumbs up for this one. Defense War Tower Defense. You know I'm gonna like this one. It sits with 1 million downloads and 4.2 stars. Now, I'm typically a big fan of tower defense style games. It's really the type of game, the genre of game that led me to really love strategy style games in the first place. From there, it evolved into games like Clash of Clans, Call of Dragons, Rise of Kingdoms, and others. This one here, unfortunately, is mediocre at best. I think it was a kind of lame attempt at building a strategy style tower defense game. Yes, it has a cute merge mechanic that's satisfying, but there are many other tower defense games out there that are more worthy of playing. And this one does have anime emotes and all, but it's not enough to even be considered as a real anime style game. For me, I gotta give this one a thumbs down. I can't recommend it. Three Kingdoms The Shifters with 100,000 downloads and 4.5 stars. In this one, we're looking at a build and battle strategy style game that is decent. The artwork here is on point with what we're normally talking about. It does have a bit more of a retro feel. It's a strategy style game that has deep strategic elements to it with different troops and formations that you could utilize throughout the game. And let's be honest, it's about the fun factor. This game has it. It's a lot of fun to play, super casual, but it has strategic elements to it. Now, it does lack some of the action features that you may look for inside of a game like this, but it definitely has the strategy elements to it without the flashiness and all of that crazy on-screen mechanic. It's a decent game though, fun for strategy fans, fun enough to give it a thumbs up. Heroes Legend Idle Battle War with 500,000 downloads and 4.5 stars. Here we have another decent attempt at a nice idle style game. We know that some of you really do love the idle style games, and this one is right up that alley. Definitely has some cool characters. Of course, they can be advanced throughout the game, making them stronger to progress further and deeper through the enemy conquest you have ahead. With this being said, the game is fun, doesn't do anything that's really unique to the scene though, but it does have the fun factor. It's not a bad game. The graphics are on point as well. So because of these factors, I have no choice but to give this one a thumbs up. What games are you playing right now on your phone? Tell me what your favorite one is, no matter what the genre.